Hello, everyone. I am your host, Guido Perino, and joining me on the Path Radio Spotlight are modern throwbacks of rock and roll sounds that rocked our minds and shook our souls. The band is called Bourbon House, and here with me is frontwoman extraordinaire Lacey Crowe and lead axeman Jason Clark. They're the founding, hard-hitting, loud, melodic, bluesy duo, and here with us today celebrating a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. What a pleasure to have you on the show, Lacey and Jason. How are you both doing?
Great.
We're great. Thanks for having us. And thank you for that intro. That was a great intro.
Yeah.
You know what? I gotta admit, I was watching all of your videos on bourbonhouserocks.com, and that's what I felt after I watched all those videos. They're such great videos, and we're going to talk maybe about them as we go through our chat today, right?
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah.
So look, I gotta say this. It's always fun when I have two band members on the show, especially over a call like this where we're not like in person and face to face, because I never know who's gonna answer the general questions first. Does one of you tend to take the lead?
I probably do, but that's because I have like probably like some kind of anxiety about it, or I'm just like, oh, dead air, go. And that's all. But yeah, so I've been trying to not do that. I'll give them like a little tap, like I'm not gonna talk right now.
Is
So it
there
works.
there's no little contest or anything like that, like between the two
No,
of you when that happens, eh?
No.
Like, no, like,
no.
hey man, you talk first. I was gonna take that one. No, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to start conflict. I'm trying to start some conflict on Christmas Day, like no, I'm just so look, I hear that you are from Wisconsin, and I understand that in Wisconsin there's 21 million gallons of ice cream that are consumed each year. And I'm scratching my head thinking, how did we land on the name Bourbon House instead of like the ice cream parlor or something? Where did that come? Where I know bad Christmas Day jokes. Where did Bourbon House come from?
I think we just don't associate with Wisconsin and the cold and cheese and ice cream. We're I don't know, we're very inspired by like the South, like
Yeah, we just
Southern South.
wanted imagery that sounded like a blues bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's how I was maybe thinking there was like a bourbon story behind Bourbon House or like
Not really.
bottle drinking and no.
No, well we were down in New Orleans before we started the band. And I think maybe that had a little bit of influence on it, I would
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
I like the phrase barrel house
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it kind of describes a music, kind of a fun bluesy music. So
Mhm.
that was kind of what we were thinking about at first, but then we just changed it to bourbon to make it sound a little, I don't know, a little more drinkable.
Yeah.
A little Southern comfort.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
it goes. I like it. I love the name actually. I was just messing around with the ice cream thing. I don't even like
You're
ice cream. So I prefer bourbon over ice cream. So we're good, man. We're
oh.
good. Lacey, how do you find yourself, belting out these lead rock and roll vocals? Like, was that did you see yourself as a lead singer of a band like this, or is something you were working towards, or find yourself there suddenly, or
You mean like growing up?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, I guess no. I don't think I would say that I ever imagined I would be a rock singer or a singer in general in front of people because I was pretty shy. Um but I listened to and sang a lot of blues music and like old country, like Patsy Cline kind of stuff. So that's actually where my voice started and came to this.
So the voice we hear on Runnin' Hot,
Yeah.
like that lead, that
Demons. Yeah.
did you always like, is that a found voice or like,
I think it is a confident voice. I think that that's the difference.
yeah.
and not that it's completely confident, but it's much more confident than I was. And you can kind of hear it, I think, on our albums. If you go like in order, you'll be able to tell that there's more balls coming out of me.
There,
That's all I'm gonna bring up.
it's kick ass. Like I wasn't expecting that, and then you hear it, and it just kind of grabs you, right? And I was like, "Whoa!" Right? And then, okay, let me hear the rest of that, and then everything else kind of kicks in, and you're like, "Whoa, whoa!" Right? Anyways, I don't want to give too much away because I want people to go and watch the video too.
Yeah.
Um, there's been some great bands with female fronted, female vocals, and like Blondie, Debbie Harry, Karen Carpenter from the Carpenters, Gwen Stefani, no doubt,
Yeah.
Annie Lennox, Courtney Love, the list kind of goes on and on. You kind of said, well, you mentioned Patsy Cline and country. Is that your inspiration, but who do you model yourself by now, or is it an evolution for you?
Yeah, it's probably, well, I don't know if I would say it's an evolution at this point, but yeah, so Patsy Cline and like the country singers, for sure. Etta James was a huge one for me. If we're talking about female singers. And then I'm really inspired by male voices actually, and I like kind of I like singing male songs. I don't know. I like
Who are
Robert
the main
Plant,
inspirations?
Chris Cornell, Robert Plant, Paul Rogers. Yeah, I don't know.
I can see like as you say Robert Plant, and I'm thinking, yeah, I could see Robert Plant
Yeah.
in a little bit of that tone and whatnot. Yeah, and forgive me, I'm thinking, female inspirations and female
No,
bands, but makes total sense too, right?
that's
Yeah. Jason, what brings you together to form this band back in it is 2017, right? When you kind of came together?
Yeah. Well, we had already been playing acoustic shows before that. So we started playing acoustic shows in 2014. And we were just playing the bar scene, and we were getting a lot of requests for classic rock and hard rock. And then after a few years of that, we just thought we can write songs like that. So we started to
yeah.
write our own. So
Yeah.
And then it was just a slow transition, or took it head
kind
on?
of. Our first originals came out in 2017 and they were received well. So we just started writing the second album right away. So, things moved pretty fast after that.
Even there was that little bit of a break we all know about because of the pandemic or whatever, but
Mm,
how did you weather that? Because you had gained momentum 2017, 2018, and that thing kind of happens. And uh,
mm,
was it a good thing, a bad thing in terms of your music, or?
Well, we didn't really slow down during that time, but we just shifted our focus. So we couldn't play shows or tour for a while, but we decided to just write the next album. So
Yeah.
that's what we worked on. And then we were able to record some videos outside.
mhm,
So we kind of kept producing a lot of content during that time.
mhm.
It's one of the great stories I hear about when I do talk to bands and artists, and you all have that creative gene in you, and it's really hard to stop it. And
Mhm.
so you go, well, I can't go out there and be in front of people, but I gotta create. And
Yeah.
then everybody's coming up with this awesome stuff that they took that time to create. Um, you talked a little bit about your transition, acoustic, hard rock, 2017, the band kind of comes together. You're listening to your fans, and you're kind of getting that recognition. You were recognized as one of 15 rising rock bands in 2022. You were featured in Classic Rock Magazine's Hot List in 2023. When you start seeing your band pop up on lists like these, and you're getting shared online and people are talking about you, how do you put that into perspective in terms of what you do next, Jason?
I don't think we dwell on it a lot. We're always looking forward to what needs to be done next. Um, but we appreciate it and everything. So It's cool. It's a cool thing.
validating.
It's validation.
Yeah.
You don't look at it and go, "Holy geez," or you just go, "Hey,
Oh
cool,"
yeah.
but I'm
No.
not done yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a stepping stone, I guess, but there's
Yeah.
never any kind of satisfaction, you know. You're just like, that was great. Now let's go to Rolling Stone. Like,
I can't get no, sorry.
yeah.
Look, for those who might just be discovering you, is there a sound that has influenced your music, or would those who have discovered you agree with what you would say that sound is?
Yeah, we get our sound description from other people. A lot of people are saying that they hear, you know, like Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin. Sometimes Janis Joplin comes in and sings in there. Yeah, so I would say that we would say we're like a modern classic rock band, but it's very like 70s hard blues rock is like the most descriptive I could get, I would say.
It's funny you mentioned Janis Joplin, eh? Jason, you what do you think?
Yeah, I think uh, a a lot of the bands from the 70s are influences, and we get compared to a lot of them. You know,
Mhm.
the Deep Purple, the Aerosmith, Led
Yeah.
Zeppelin. So that's good because that's what we're aiming for. You know, we're
Yeah,
thinking like, if we were in the 70s, what kind of music would we make? Let's
right.
just do that now because I think
Because that's what we like. So
that's what we like. You know, our fans are fans of the 70s. So
yeah.
Do you find that it bleeds into your videos, that feel?
Some of them. I don't know if all of them are. I, some of them have. I don't know if you watched. We have like a black and white one. It's for our song "I Got Trouble." That was like maybe like 1940s.
mhm.
You know, we kind of hop all over the place. We're just doing what the song is kind of telling us to do, I guess. Like we're getting the visuals from listening to the song.
Are you coming up like the videos? Are you coming up the imagery and the stories? Is that all you, or are you working with somebody?
It's us and a director that we've been working with, and she's done 9 of our videos, I think, so far. Her name's Jocelyn Berman, Cyclops Girl Productions. Shout out.
Shout
Um,
out, shout out. We'll get in that. We'll put it in the
girl,
notes. Yeah.
we sometimes she comes up with the idea first, sometimes we do, but we always bounce the ideas off each other and come up with the thing together.
Yeah, I'm loving the vibe I get off the videos. Like you've always got, there's some little story kind of brewing in it, or the intros are kind of neat, and you don't always just break into the song. There's something going on, and again, I think people just have to watch it to appreciate them. What song would you want new fans to listen to first, and why? And it could be any of your songs in your catalog now, not necessarily your last one, but um if I hadn't heard you before, what would you say listen to?
I would probably say one of our ballads, personally, because we get very good feedback from them. And a lot of times our fans tell us that those end up being their favorite songs. Some of them don't even get pushed out as singles or as a music video or anything. And like Slow Burn is one of our songs. That one
Yeah.
is a favorite for a lot of people, and that was never pushed as a single. So yeah, I would say Slow Burn. If you want to watch one that was pushed as a single, I Got Trouble or Blue Magic.
Yeah, I like Blue Magic. That was a good
Yeah.
one. Jason, do you have the same? Are those your three, or do you have other ones that you'd say, listen to this one too?
I would say 6,000 Miles, Too High to Care, and Devil on My Heels. Those three
Those are the
songs.
rockin' ones.
Those
I was
three
gonna
songs.
say,
Yeah,
I was gonna say, you feel like you let loose on those a bit, or
yeah. Well,
They're
that's
fun.
kind of like our wheelhouse. That's kind of,
Mhm.
you know, that kind of personifies who we are, and that's our signature sound and the
Yeah.
type of song that we do best. So I think if you listen to those three songs, like you'll have a pretty good idea of what kind of band we are.
Mhm.
But we also do a lot of ballads, you know, so of
Mhm.
course you got to listen to the 3 ballads as well. So
Yeah.
Those ones that you chose are good ones for our rockers, though. I think that's
mhm.
a good idea. Yeah.
It sounds like you got a lot of balance, that you guys look for a lot of balance, or
Yeah.
it just comes, the balance just comes to you. Um, when you're not Bourbon House, what are you doing? Or are you always Bourbon House?
We're always Bourbon House. That's it. That's a question right there. Yeah, it's a very live, eat, sleep. Is that how people say it? I don't know.
Yeah, it's around the clock.
It's there's so much to do. It's not really you just release a song and walk away kind of thing.
But it doesn't feel like work. It just feels like something you love doing.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but it is also a business. So sometimes it does feel like work. Other parts of it, not the songwriting, not the performing, not the recording, none of the fun stuff feels like work, that's for sure. But there's a lot of other stuff that's not fun.
The
That
paperwork and the
people,
business and
yeah. When you're
yeah.
a smaller band and an independent band like us, like we really have to do a lot of stuff.
You just said an independent band. Are you an indie band? Do you
We're not an indie band, we're on a small label.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like when I say are you an indie band, do you feel like you play to an indie audience even though you're on a
Oh,
label or no?
mm-mm. No, not at all.
Cool.
No, I think they would hate us.
What with the things you have under your belt so far, the albums and the performances, what do you think the easiest and hardest thing that you've done as a band so far?
Here you go. That's yours.
The easiest thing. The easiest is probably playing shows.
Yeah, I would say so.
You know, you just go out there and you play the show. By the time we play it live, we know the song really well. It's been written and recorded. You know, so I don't think there's anything difficult about that. The hardest thing, uh, keeping together the team. You know, whether that's bandmates and it's PR people and just the whole group of people who help us and work with us. Um, because it's like running a company almost, and we're managing it. And that part of the business kind of sucks sometimes, but it has to be done or else everything falls apart.
Yeah.
There's no reason to play shows or anything
Yeah.
anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the business end of things can get pretty frustrating
Yeah.
sometimes.
Jason, is it just music personalities or just everyday stuff?
Yeah, it's just obligations and deadlines and that kind of thing. I mean, we've worked with a lot of great personalities. I mean,
Yeah.
people who've been in the band, people who've worked for the band or with the band. Yeah, good people. It's not usually personality clash.
Yeah, there's so many reasons. Jobs and just families, like there's other things going on, so yeah.
So
Good answer.
you guys, you released your debut album in 2017, and then you follow it up with Wild Abandon,
Yeah.
titled album in 2018, then Into the Red in
Yeah.
2021. And then I love the name of the fourth album in 2023. And I was like, I'm trying to dig through this and I'm thinking, is the title of your new album, the fourth album, as simple as it sounds? Or is there something else to it? Because I was like, it's kind of brilliant. It's the fourth album, right? So then I was like, I gotta ask, how did you land on the fourth album? And was it just that? Like, is it just, hey, it's the fourth album?
Like,
Well, we did try to come up with
it took a minute.
a title for a long, and we couldn't agree on anything. So
Yeah.
we couldn't come up with anything that sounded cool enough. So finally, we just decided that people need to know that it's not our first album. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people are going to discover us for the first time, and I want them to know that, if you like this album, go listen to the first three, you know?
Yeah. So it's not entirely just like, hey, we're lazy. This is the fourth album.
Yeah,
It's a little bit of strategy.
yeah.
No, I actually thought it was brilliant because and it's funny, Jason, you said, when you say it's the fourth album, then you go, wait, there's three more, right?
Yeah.
Let me go check out the other three if you're new to you, right? If you're new to you. But either way, I just thought, yeah, I love it. I know there's some artists sometimes, they'll name their album 6 or 7 or 12, but it was like the fourth album, and I was like, yeah, all right. Is it as cool as it sounds, or was it just like you said,
Right.
you use the word lazy. I'm not calling you lazy, but I thought it was a brilliant name. You've got on this album, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. I want to make sure because I've been looking at a lot of your stuff. 11 tracks. You got about
Mhm.
40 minutes of new, I say in your face rock music. If we're picking that album up, and earlier I said, what song do you want, if they're new to you, what song in your whole catalog do you want them to listen to? But if we were listening to this album for the first time and we got it in our hands, what's the song
Mhm.
you're saying, listen to this song first?
Hmm.
Out for Blood, maybe? Well, Blue Magic is on this one, and that's one that I said.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't like Magic. It's a
it
good song.
almost depends on who you're pitching to. Like it almost depends because we have I don't want to say it's like a roller coaster or anything, but there's kind of something for everybody on there. As long as you're into, obviously you need to like rock music and blues rock and
Yeah.
our sound. I just had an accent for a second.
Like, is that a natural accent, or are you hiding it, or
No, no, I'm not hiding it. Just came out.
what kind of
Yeah,
accent
so,
what was that? Southern? Was that, did you go south on us, or
yeah, I don't know what
southern
happened.
accent? Did you go
I am,
southern?
yeah, I'm not Southern. I'm from Canada actually. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Really? Where from in Canada?
at Sudbury, Ontario.
Get out of here. So, you would know Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah, when we go and visit family, that's where. Are you in Sault Ste. Marie?
I'm in Richmond Hill, but I'm originally from Sault Ste. Marie.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
The
Yeah.
Sioux.
That's where we met for the
This,
first time.
yeah,
This the Sioux?
Yeah.
yeah, we go through the Soo to get to Sudbury
How
from
did you
here.
meet for the first time in the Sioux?
That was halfway between our houses.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it's like,
we got to know more. Now I got to know more.
yeah, it's like 6 hour, five and a half, maybe now. It's changed. It's become faster to get there now because
Yeah.
speed limit higher. But yeah, that's halfway from here to Sudbury, and I was living in Sudbury, and he was living here.
Huh.
We met halfway.
So the Sioux made perfect sense. The Sioux has a hand in the Bourbon house. I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when you guys were hanging out in the Sioux, what are the kind of things you like to do there?
Oh, I mean, we
We,
can't talk about
we
it.
went we went to Subway, we went to a
Went to
movie.
Subway, yeah,
Yeah, we went to a steakhouse, you know.
yeah,
It was really cold. It was January and it was below zero the entire time.
yeah. It was great.
I love it. Below zero. So are you still making your way back to Sudbury, it sounds like, for
Yeah,
family?
yeah. All my family lives there.
Oh, right on.
Yeah,
Sudbury Wolves, the Sioux Greyhounds. Sudbury got Dire Straits and Sault Ste. Marie got Brian Adams. I don't know if you remember that from back in,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. But now they can both have Bourbon House. So I don't know. I think it's sounding pretty good, right?
Mhm.
Well, that's great because our Sault Ste. Marie listeners who check out the show are gonna love hearing that,
Oh,
Lacey.
cool,
Yeah, and
cool.
of course Sudbury. So awesome. We got an unexpected connection there. So,
Yeah.
look, you just released. Let's get back to some music here. You just released a new song this past November, "Runnin Hot." It sounds like a fun song. Again, killer vocal that you just grab us with in the beginning there, Lacey, and then the opening riff and rhythm just kind of sets the foundation for the song. um you know I when I first listened to the song, I was like, oh, I love the song. and then I fell in love with the video, and we'll talk about that. But how
Well,
does this song come together for you guys, Runnin' Hot?
started with a riff. This one started
Hmm.
with his riff.
Yeah, we wanted to have a cool slide riff
Mm-hmm.
song, so
Mm-hmm.
we just worked on coming up with a great guitar part first. We started putting the chords and the guitar parts together, and then everything fell into place after that. You know, we just thought, okay, this is going to be an upbeat song. It's going to be real aggressive, and
Yeah.
yeah, everything just fell into place.
The intro was all in the studio. It was just like, okay, we knew that we wanted to do just a pure vocal intro. We've never done that before.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was basically like, okay, mic on, do something. So that's probably like third or fourth take of me trying stuff.
So your primal scream in that was just you went in thinking we're gonna do something, but you weren't sure you were gonna do that.
Not entirely sure. I had like kind
Yeah.
of an idea, but that was the first time I did anything. We didn't practice any kind of vocal intro at all.
I'd love to see that in like if you guys were opening a show. Man,
Yeah.
I think like the opening of that would just be phenomenal. Like so anyways, I'm not telling you, but I would love that would be so cool to check something like that out. Um the video that you have for Running Hot, you got a lot of people in there. Do you know all those people? Like are they known to you or are those just video people or
Actors.
Yeah.
actors?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I
Yeah.
just thought they all had such a vibe and everything. I was wondering if they knew you or they just the way that the video comes out with them,
Yeah.
just very strong performances. So
A couple of them knew each other. There's a couple that they like make out in the water and then she eats them.
yeah.
They're actually a couple. And then the one in the intro, the first girl, Becky,
Yeah.
her and that guy are together as well.
Okay. So there's some natural chemistry
Didn't
going
even
on there.
know them,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, we met
Cool.
them all that day.
Yeah.
So
And where did you shoot the video?
Oh, Rhinelander?
Rhinelander,
Yeah.
had we
Rhinelander,
rented a
Wisconsin.
campground.
At a oh, so it's not a set or it's like a real campground and all
Yeah.
that.
No
Yeah.
campground. Yeah. There was a
And
dead mouse in there. It was gross. It was stinky. Yeah.
and what's the whole idea like with the zombies and like how did that come about?
Um, honestly, like kind of just had a vision of I'm like, what's because the lyrics are very very simple and very just like lusty,
Yeah.
I'm so hot for you now. And I'm like, it would be very cliche to like just have people actually like making out or like,
Yeah.
um and we just wanted to do something funny and fun and unexpected. So yeah.
It the video and it's not just that video. I said your other videos. And again, bourbonhouserocks.com and I know you have your YouTube channel and we'll get that
Hmm.
in the show notes, but they they're really good videos. Like they tell a story again and they were kind of grasping me because I know you say, well, you make these references to the 70s and then I'm thinking not just 70s, like 80s, 90s. We got
Yeah.
into that video mode and it's like I miss that style of video, right? Like there's
Yeah.
something else going on. There's the song, but then there's a story and then you have all the imagery and I like I said I'm hoping people check out the videos because they're some of the best videos I've seen and they're really
Thank you.
enjoyable. Yeah, they're fun to watch. Um what's the plan now? We're heading into 2024. Unbelievable. We're heading into 2024. You're gonna play some dates, or you're gonna do some traveling,
Mm,
tour the album, more new music.
yeah.
I can't believe that you guys would stop creating new music the way that I'm talking to you and you guys are going. So, but what's the plan?
Yeah. We were just talking today. I actually looked at him today and I said, I'm kind of itching to start writing again already. So we will be starting to write again right now, but we already have
Wow.
a ton of music already recorded. So
Wow.
basically all of the things that you said are in the plans for 2024. There's definitely going to be more music release, more music videos, more touring. Yeah, I don't know, all of that stuff.
Are you going to come up to Canada and play, or
We hope so. Yeah, we
yeah?
definitely so. Yeah,
Are you
it's
are you gonna do the Soo, or
I don't know, maybe, probably
I need to
Toronto.
know. Yeah, Toronto.
Probably
No, that would be
Toronto.
cool.
Maybe
Yeah.
Sudbury would be cool. I don't know. My family, I think that they would come. That'd be weird if they didn't.
We've got some really great places up here in Richmond Hill too.
Yeah.
I'm up here, but Toronto, Richmond Hill, Sudbury, the Soo,
Right.
yeah. We're plugging for you to come up and do that. So
Perfect. Sounds good. We want to. We definitely do. So we're gonna work on it.
so by the way, I also noticed you've got some pretty cool merch. Um I love who came up with the lip logo that you guys have for Bourbon House?
That one,
The one that's here in my background there.
yeah. His name is Jeremy. He works at Iron Horse Branding. We actually did hire somebody for that.
Oh, right on.
That one, yeah. And he did we have like a more like saloon font kind of one. He did that one as well.
And you've got, like, I know you've got a link that goes back to your merch, and I was looking at it, and tons of stuff like t-shirts, leggings. You got these really cool
Yeah.
Kiss leggings. I was like, wow, that's pretty neat. So such a vast thing. Do you bring that? Are you doing that stuff at the shows, or is it all just online?
Some of them are online, like the leggings we're definitely not bringing to shows, but we
Yeah.
have lip logo shirts. We have the there's like a whiskey bottle one with a snake thing, which I
Yes.
designed, by the way.
Oh,
We
cool.
bring that one. There's another one, our Resonate cover. We bring that one as well. We'll probably bring a different one. I actually want to make I didn't even tell you this before, but I want to make a Runnin Hot, like a ringer tee, like a 70s kind of, or 80s,
yeah.
early 80s ringer tee with the cover on it. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, it's a cool cover. I like that.
Yeah.
So is Bourbon House Rocks is .com, is that where we should go? Is that the best place to start? Or I know some people say, well, we have the website, but go to Facebook or go to YouTube, but
Well, it's nice to have the website because that links off to anything,
yeah.
so you can go, yeah. So bourbonhouserocks.com is the best place to go. Literally right at the top of the page, you have links for Facebook and Spotify and all the places you want to go. So
Yeah. So if somebody's particular to that, they can kind of do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, this has been awesome. And we had some surprise sort of things in our conversation that kind of came up there too. And I thank you for doing the show with us. And we're looking forward to more from you. Anything that you'd like to leave us with before we let you get going and enjoying the holidays and all that? Any final thoughts or sign off, or
I thank you for having us. We had a good time. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah, what you got?
Yeah, that's all I have.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Check us out. We're on YouTube, Spotify, and everywhere else. So
Yes.
follow us.
Rock and roll.
we have been running hot with Lacey Crowe and Jason Clark of the Bourbon House Band. You can pick up their latest album, the fourth album, new single, and really cool merch on bourbonhouserocks.com. We will be looking forward to some more wild days with the band as you feel the music in your bones. Thank you, Lacey. Thank you, Jason. Take care, and hope to have you back, and looking forward to seeing you live.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Thank you.